bothers me that people think that just because someone doesn't have a home to live in, they shouldn't have an animal to love and to take care of. I very rarely see a case where an animal of a homeless person is abused. They are usually always, the dogs are usually always on leash or always under control. The cats are usually always healthy. And it's a thing where people need to realize that even though people are homeless or indigent or alcoholics on the street or drug addicts on the street, doesn't mean that they don't have the capacity or the ability or the compassion to care for an animal. And I think that's really important that people start to realize that that's not always the case. There are exceptions. There are people that don't take very good care of their animals. But there's also people that own, very expensive homes or medium-priced homes who also don't take care of their animals very well. And it has nothing to do with whether someone has a home or not.
Here's what's happened. I found him. He's healthy as all get out. He can fly, but his legs or something is. I think he's broken his back or something because he cannot stand. He can fly fine, but he cannot use his legs.
Hey, cameraman.
His feet. He was eating better last night than he is today, obviously. I've been keeping him as clean and as warm as possible.
Looks like he has a broken leg.
But one, I think it seemed like both.
Well, this
like
one
perhaps,
he has the movement in it.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah, he's offering
see,
some resistance.
when he
But this one,
it's useless.
there's nothing.
He can fly fine, but when he goes to stand or land, boom, he's over.
He's also been having gonorrhea.
Well, he won't be. He wouldn't need any solids. He wouldn't need any solids. I forced a little insure down him.
Okay. All right.
You're not gonna kill him.
Well, it depends. If his leg is broken, they may have to. We're gonna take him back and let
He's
the
so
veterinarian
healthy.
look at him.
Otherwise, feel how heavy he is. Look how shiny. And
Now, is he able to get around and stay out of danger? Or does he
that's why I've got him. See, because he can fly. He can't get any height though.
Okay, why don't you come over and give you a couple cans of food?
Oh, thank you. I haven't been able to get him to eat. I've only been able to get him to take fluids.
Just so we this one. At least we know he's had fluids. That's good.
But they'll kill him like real quick.
It's a real painless process. It's an injection.
Okay.
And they basically just fall asleep.
Yeah, because I'm inundated with animals.
Oh,
and I just, I'm homeless. I live out of a shopping cart. I really didn't want to call you guys because I hate to have him killed.
But if he's suffering, if he's suffering, you've done him a good favor. It's good animal. If he's suffering, you've done him a favor.
It continued to eat. It'd been one thing, but he stopped eating,
and that's not a good sign. That means
when you have to force feed him, then it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give your kitty some food.
But she
climbs up.
She's helping. I just want.
Climbs up everything.
Because that woman. Here's what happens. By the time people usually bring me these animals, they're on their last legs. Okay.
Mama, I'm hungry.
And a kitten. Yeah. Okay. Well, she's just being foolish.
Oh yeah.
This lady, this drunk over there, brought me a kitten that had not even been close to weaning. It was only like 2.5 weeks old. Okay. I broke the needle off a syringe and was feeding. All I had to give it was Ensure.
Yeah.
Which may be great for adults, but it's not for kittens. You know what I mean?
Look at her.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa, I smell it from here.
She eats.
Are you usually right around here? Yeah. If I see you around again,
This cat here eats.
Okay, now I've got some of the
Does she eat dry food as well?
Moist dry. Would you check her teeth and see if she's got good enough teeth for dry?
Yeah, sure she does. Sure she does.
Because I want her teeth to stay clean of plaque, but I don't want to, give her something too
I'll
advanced.
drop some samples up for you later.
Thank you very much. Thank you
That
very
cat,
much.
that cat is well taken care of. Please.
She's healthy.
Okay, now another question. Since a lot of people bring me, especially injured birds,
Uh-huh.
what kind of, Someone, I got some, I
Yeah.
managed to once be able to afford some wild bird seed.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
they like that. They like chicken scratch too. I mean, chicken scratch is really inexpensive. The
Okay, but
pigeons
see, I didn't have any, I was using just sand from the park to mix with it.
not sand.
But see, I didn't know what, you know, because it was doing fine and then its elimination wasn't right, you know? And I thought perhaps that the
Hen
sand
scratch is the best.
Hen scratch?
Yeah.
Where would I
It's
get
around
that?
corn. Any pet food store, and it's not expensive. Usually about 25, 30 cents a pound.
Oh, really?
So.
And that's got the food and the spit and everything it needs?
For pigeons especially.
Okay, because see, that is the most common animal.
They bring us food. We've had it.
I've had rats, I've had ducks, I've had pigeons. I mean, anything that's. But the thing is, they usually bring them to me when
they're
it's
almost
like
dead.
at death's
But
door.
that's like you did this time. Call us when you
Thank
have
you.
them.
Thank
But
you.
she looks healthy to me. You should find out
That
about getting her
pigeon-
some shots.
That pigeon is,
You should
if
find
it's
out
going to
about
be
getting.
put to sleep, it's going to make someone a nice meal. That's a healthy bird.
You should look into getting her some shots.
Oh yeah.
There is a low-cost clinic that goes around the city in different places.
Oh, really? How would I get the?
Let me give you the phone number,
Would you be so
and they
kind?
can tell you, where they have them.
Right, because it's.
Hi, I'm Melissa Flower, Community Affairs Coordinator for San Francisco Animal Care and Control. And I would like to introduce you today to some of our available animals, our beautiful animals that are up for adoption. Starting with Louis, or Luis, depending on his mood. This is our playful and passionate kitty. He's 7 months old and he's a neutered male. And he was brought to us by owners who could no longer care for him, so he is looking for a new home. And he'd like to find an owner who is as playful and passionate as Luis is.
What happens a lot of times with the complaints is that people sometimes don't ask before they call in. We're glad that they call in when they believe that there's animal abuse going on. Sometimes if they would just ask the person who has the animal a question, they may realize that it's not abuse, that either the animal's old or that's the way that it's supposed to be taken care of, as with the fish back there. We got a complaint about your betas, your fighting fish.
Yeah.
That they didn't have enough water. Can you show me where they are?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
I think it's not.
Yeah, I know, they're used to not being in very much water. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
It's really typical. It's what they're used
you
to
know,
being in.
if I put the water
Right.
too much and they chum it out.
Right, exactly, I know. And you see how he's got the pieces of paper in between? That's because they will fight
yeah,
through the glass. That's why there can only be one fish in each bowl, because they will fight through the glass. Okay. And sir, could I just get your name so that I can close out the complaint? This is fine. Siamese fighting fish can only be one per dish, per bowl, because they will fight with one another, and if they're used to living in very shallow, very very small pools of water. So the fact that they're in a little bit of water is really not a bad thing, but it's obviously something that the woman who complained, wasn't aware of. And so what I will do is I will call her and give her an education. I will educate her about, how those particular fish are taken care of. And it's the same thing with other complaints. When we call, we don't act as if the person who called is stupid or silly for calling. Rather, we try to educate them about, what that particular situation actually meant. Rather than abuse, it was, well, the animal's old and has arthritis and has a limp and is under a doctor's care, or, that it has an allergy to fleas or some other substance that causes it to have skin problems. And so that in that way, they will continue to call if there's a problem, but then they're also satisfied in knowing that we did what they asked us to do and gave them the service they asked for. And we also, made sure and made them feel, okay, well, I feel better because I know the animal is safe.
The Blue Cross is the Blue Cross. Appreciate the cooperation.
In the spotlight, we have Marilyn, our beautiful budding starlet. This little guinea pig just bopped on down to our shelter the other day. She's lost her way to Hollywood, so we decided to give her a screen test. She's a little girl, beautiful platinum blonde hair, and it's totally natural, down to the roots, and beautiful, long, glamorous eyelashes, and very long, elegant nails. If you have a part for Marilyn in your home, please give us a call.
The long-held idea that it's okay to let your cat run around is kind of impractical in the city, because cats in cars, cats don't understand. They can't be trained to understand what a car is. And the proof of that is a lot of times when you see a cat that's been hit by a car, there's real bad head trauma where the eyeball is popped out of the skull. The reason for that, a veterinarian told me one time, is that as the car bears down on the cat, at the last second the cat sees the tire bearing down on it, and all it can think of to do is try to bite the tire. My advice to people is always to keep their cats inside. My cat's an inside cat. My kids don't let him out, and he's perfectly happy. He doesn't spray around the house. He doesn't do any kind of destructive, anything real, obnoxious. He's happy the way he is, and he's alive. He's going to live a long time.
Okay. And what should people do if they have a dead animal in their neighborhood?
Give us a call at 554-6364. We'll come out and pick it up. We have a priority system, and we're obligated to take care of animals that are sick or injured before we pick up the dead animals. So we have a 24-hour turnaround on the dead animals. So we'd ask people to be patient.
Is this a real dog? Have you ever seen anything like it? I've never seen anything like that. Killer cocker. Where did you find him, John?
This dog was, where the Doyle Drive,
Yeah.
oil overpass goes over Fort Scott,
Yeah.
and it goes up to Washington.
Right.
He was running in the street towards the curb, back and forth, looking up and all around, up there, and he just didn't know where he was going, and I stopped and I said, "Hey, dog!" I opened my car door and he ran right across the street and jumped up in my lap. And he's been there ever since.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Huh? What's cooking? Huh? Get out.
You didn't like that cage.
Everybody sniffs at this. Come on. Crested hairless. We're scanning him to see if he's got a microchip.
I suppose it would beep if it did.
Yeah.
And what shots do you give them?
I give them distemper, leptospirosis, parvovirus, and it's a 5-in-1 shot. I can't remember all the different.
So just one injection.
Yeah, one injection, and then he gets some in the.
Need a first work for cystoplasmosis, first work for cystoplasmosis.
He gets this Bordetella vaccine in the snoot to keep him from getting the respiratory disease. They call it kennel cough. Don't bite Mikey. Don't bite me. Come here. Boy. Yes. tooth. He doesn't like having his mouth messed with all the time. Hi, Dr. Mix.
Oh, God. That's disgusting.
Isn't it? The guy who found him said that this is a crested hairless. I can't see fleas on it.
Well, just all it takes is one food and a scratch. I'd say it's a bad case of FAD, but I'm not a dog breed expert.
What's FAD?
The allergy dermatitis. See, he's got like bald spots around his head and stuff.
Should I put him in ice up?
No, we don't have room with eyes on this. Is not potatoes.
Let's walk through this first. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want me looking in your mouth. What if I hold your mouth closed? Okay. Okay. All right. Chin snap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of this stuff in his nose, one way or the other. Come on. You want me to pet you? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Any dog will snap, you know, if you push his buttons. Yes. It's doing nothing but scaring him. All right. Be safe from the middle later.
Here he is, our handsome gent. His name is Muggins, and he's dying to go for a walk with you. My volunteers just keep saying, oh, is he handsome, and is he so gentle? Oh, he just would love to be your new pal. He's a neutered male, he's a boxer, and he'd love to go home with you.
For any domesticated animal, to survive in the wild is really hard because they haven't learned how to forage for food, so they don't quite know where to look for the food. So a lot of times they end up either sick or dying or getting hit by cars because they don't know about cars, or captured by animals, by raccoons, cats. So a lot of people think that by dumping a cat or a rabbit or a bird in the park that it's going to make it and survive, and most times they don't. They just don't have the skill.
Someone found her under a tree up on the green, just sitting there chirping.
I'm going to take her back and make sure she's okay. It's all right, little one.
Is
You're
there
hungry?
a case number or anything if we want? I have a friend who might adopt her. I haven't been able to reach him yet.
I can give you an activity number.
Okay.
Which would be the easiest way for you to follow her at this point. Poor little baby, she's not well. Hopefully it's just hunger.
Okay.
A95.
A95.
-0. 32283.
Great. Nice. And I'm down there every Sunday for dog class.
Oh, take her back and see what we can do for her.
Okay, well, great. Thanks a lot.
Debbie Utter to the vet room, please. Debbie Utter to the vet room, please. But he seems pretty skinny and dehydrated, so it's probably a lot hunger and dehydration and exposure. Because they also don't like to be cold, and if he was out last night, it was pretty cold.
Oh, you're pretty skinny there, little parakeet. You've been out there by yourself all the time, huh? He's very pretty. My favorite color.
Take him home.
Oh, yeah, right.
The dogs are well.
Well, Courtney would love to try to catch it while it flies by her in the house. Okay, little bird, let's start you out with some sugar.
I think it's just that he's
Dehydrated.
I guess. I mean,
He
he's
looks thin,
starving.
dehydrated.
He's starving. He's probably been, it's been cold enough that the extra cold out there is enough to make their, their demands and these extra cold nights, and parakeets aren't supposed to live in San Francisco. I know, you're stressing out all completely, aren't you?
And if your bird escapes, what you going to do?
Well, I would say the things to do is to go outside at the time of the day that you are often like playing with the bird, and also like first thing in the morning when the sun first comes up is go out and call it in the kind of voice you always talk to it in around your neighborhood, because you can always hope that it would have stayed in your neighborhood. I think the thing to do is to put the bird's cage with a whole lot of food in it outside, like if you've got like a balcony or even a big windowsill or something like that, so that there's the familiar cage that if the bird is in the neighborhood they will see it maybe and hopefully go into it, and then definitely come to animal control and look and see if we've gotten it, because we get a lot of these little birds in and nobody ever comes for them, even though we know somebody owned this little guy at some point. So, and then, posters and stuff around, so that, everybody in your neighborhood or the nearest park or whatever is really aware that you're looking for your bird, because sometimes people hear it and just call you and say, I heard a bird, and you might find it that way, so.
It actually looks a little prettier, doesn't it? He's standing up more. Oh, yeah. Cool.
So you don't need to snap it all the way down. I don't think he's going to push it off.
It's habit.
All right, so
good animal control officer habits.
There you go.
They
So I'll
do
probably keep
that
him in
one.
here. It's quarter to 2. Keep him in here, and give him about an hour, and try to give him some more fluids and some more stuff. See if I can get him to swallow anything.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty weak.
See if he'll eat some seeds.
Well, see, you don't want to do that right away until they have enough
Really?
calories in their body to
digest?
the seeds.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's if you do that, then the seeds just sit there and kind of just sit there and don't digest. Let
It
alone,
almost looks like he is
let
perking
alone
up. He's-
enough juice to crack a seed open. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that takes a lot of.
Bugsy wants to be your pal. Bugsy is our little rat who's 6 months old. And if you have never had a rat in your family, you're missing something very wonderful. Rats are affectionate, they're bonding, they are very intelligent. They learn their names in about an hour. And they will make very, very good friends to you. If you can't have a dog or a cat where you live, a rat is a wonderful choice. They are very, very social animals and just very interesting and fun. I highly recommend them. I've had them for years. They call me Rat Girl here. And if you'd like to come and visit Bugsy and become a rat fan, please do. He's a doll.
Certain birds of prey, certain snakes like boas, pythons, rattlesnakes. Vicky has a rattlesnake story, you should ask her that. But, and some of the more exotic animals, any kind of large cats, bobcats and all those types are illegal. And your normal stuff, bears, is a danger to humans. Pretty much other than domestic birds and domestic dogs and cats and It's not illegal yet to have pit bulls, but I have a feeling that someday it might be. I think it's going to get bad enough that someday it might be illegal to have pit bulls in the city. Are you the one with the ferrets? Did you know they were illegal in California?
I know they were illegal.
Okay.
I was aware of that.
Okay. Then I do have to confiscate them.
It's just that for the time being, I'm looking for a place.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Let me find out, what we can do for you, okay? But I do have to take them. Do you have carriers for them?
Yeah, they're
Could you
carriers.
put them in your carriers and bring them out?
Right now?
I need to take them now.
Right now?
Yeah, there's no...
Well, I need to know where they're going to.
Okay, right now they're going to animal control. Down at Animal Care and Control at 15th and Harrison.
Okay.
And I'm going to find out right now, what I can do for you as far as, whether we can hold them until you find a new place, or if you want to own or surrender them, we can get them to Ferret Rescue, who will find them homes outside of the state. We do not just euthanize, okay? They will be found homes through Ferret Rescue.
Okay.
It's your choice. I mean, there is still a possibility that you could be cited for a violation of the health code.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, if you want to own or surrender them, then we can avoid all that. It's up to you.
All right, we'll bring them up.
Ferret Rescue is really, really good at finding homes for them. Okay? They're really good. And, we don't believe as a whole that they should be illegal. But unfortunately, we have to, we have to enforce the law.